The report prepared by NCIC aims at helping stakeholders in the security and cohesion sector to mitigate electoral-related conflicts before, during and after the August polls. Nairobi County tops the list as the highest in terms of risk with an index score of 79.95%, followed closely by Nakuru County with 75.7%, then Kericho with 74%, Kisumu 72.4%, Usain Gishu 72.2%, then Mombasa with 71.2%.
Be ready because this is
The report has also highlighted 10 more counties with medium-high risk with a violence index between 54 and 70%, this being the counties of Narok, Marsabit, Laikipia, Lamu, Baringo, Isiolo, Meru, Nandi, Samburu and Bomet. Besides the majority of these counties being metropolitan in nature, poverty, hate speech and trust deficits have been listed as the possible triggers of electoral-related violence.
We've worked tirelessly to make sure we have interventions to distract violence. We've engaged politicians behind the scenes privately to make sure they tone down on the rhetoric.
The report is not just telling the country where the hotspots are, but it is a tool we can use to ensure there is peace in our country on the way to during and after the elections.
The findings have seen stakeholders strongly warn those planning to indulge in either inciting or facilitating violence.
We are very keen to implement the sanctions that comes as a result of that. And political parties are aware that we are serious.
We are ready to protect the country, to make sure that the Kenya remains one, and to make sure that democracy thrives. And all voters in this country will be ready, will be willing, and to cast their votes without fear.
This report will influence the deployment of security providers, the law enforcement agencies, and the law enforcement officers.
Among the key recommendations of the NCIC report is that stakeholders in the election process be empowered to be more independent and impartial to gain trust of the public, continuous sensitization of communities, settling of pre-existing violence triggers including border and boundary conflicts, as well as minimizing excessive use of force and intimidation during polls by police officers.
Inadequate conflict resolution capacities, lack of enactment of peace policies, low trust in the RPP, low trust in local international observers. Basically, there's low trust level in all institutions or agencies that are supposed to manage our election.
With 69 days left to the August polls, NCIC has called on security agencies to act on gangs conducting organized polls, as well as on politicians financing chaos in order to tame the vice and ensure democratic, peaceful, free and fair election. David Kagina for Punchline K24.